What we do here is go back.
Morning everybody. Special breakfast. I've got the pinny on. Pancakes have been requested, so pancakes are being made. And here she is, the birthday girl with a new buggy. Happy birthday, Orla. How does it feel being 6?
Good.
Yesterday's question referenced plane and club path. The term that people call getting on plane references no club path. It can be any path, which lots of you are now getting, which is great, which then leads me on to wonder why we call it this. How is it helping anybody? I simply don't understand it. Shall we? Oh, incidents. So today's question, if you have a steep angle of attack, so on a launch monitor, let's say 6 down or 2 down, so 6 down being more than 2 down, does that mean you're going to take bigger divots? It's down there. There's a comment section. There's a subscribe button kind of down here as well. Hit that and then post on those comments. Thumbs it up as well. Hit that thumbs up sign. YouTube likes it. We've got more swings coming at you today. Some kind of loose movements going on with this guy we're going to have a look at. Says he struggles from high, weak pushes. I'm playing tennis today. Haven't played for months. Can't wait. And I'm going to ride my electric bike to the tennis courts. That's a big ride for me. But my electric bike's going to give me a little bit of exercise, not too much. Right, I'm off, and at the moment I'm doing all the work, exercising. I've been assisted a bit and now I'm pedalling again. I don't really know where I am. So this is a great example of wrist angles that we talk about a lot. You'll see it's a current theme because so much evolves around how you deliver the loft of the club or not. This guy's struggling from high pushes. Top of the backswing, we see a couple of things. First off, we see the wrist angles creating a face that's got, in my mind, more loft on it, which we need to sort out. So flattening out that lead wrist with that left arm, which is a common theme in many golfers' swing. Now, if we look from the front on view, what we see as well is we see a little bit of a lack of definition in how far back the hands go and arms in relationship to the club. I'd like to just tidy that up a little bit. So we're going to go for some definition in how much appears to be a lot of what we'd call radial hinging up with extending the wrist. So it's not only extending the wrist in this case, it's going to be to do with ulnar and radial ideas as well. So bending your wrist down or up is the simple version of that. We see as they come in, as he comes in to hit the ball. This is another great reason why I hate the term lag. Look at this angle, masses of angle here. It's not relevant to anything. He's presenting lots of loss. He's going to lose distance. His club head speed, I wouldn't say, is particularly massively high either. His lack of control of loft, lack of control of wrist angles is going to make this swing very hard to control day in, day out. I think there's a lot of good movements in here. We definitely need to tidy up these wrists though. So let's continue the tennis theme. This is a great way of getting the feeling of what your wrist angle should do in relationship to a club face. Now we can do this with both hands. Simple ideas. Take your golf grip left hand only. What I want you to do is feel like you're pulling your left arm across your chest while pointing the racket up in the air. So as in up in the air, down at the ground. Not this angle yet, we'll talk about that in a second. So that's pointing up at the air, that's pointing down at the ground. So let's do that again. Left hand only, pull your left arm across your chest, because remember you get quite short with your arm swing, then you have lots of extension in your wrist, and then you pronate your left arm basically, which is why we see this club setting back like it does with the arm set behind you. So I want you to pull your left arm across your chest, racket still up in the air, and the face of the racket, so the bit that would be hitting the ball this way, pointing more up to the sky. You want to get the racket hinged this way and then pronate that left arm, basically hinge your left wrist up to get that racket set further back. Now some people feel this best in left hand, others like to feel it in their right hand. You can do it with the right hand also. So right hand only, same idea, get that racket up in the air, And again, the face of it, so the bit that would hit the ball here, pointing slightly up to the sky rather than you would have the racket pointing down to the ground and this way. Feel how that feels in your right hand and wrist, and feel how it feels in your left, feel how it feels in both. Then grab a golf club and try and recreate that feeling. So now the golf club pointing up at the sky. The face is slightly turning up to the sky. And again, feel which one feels best for you, left or right hand. Hit a few shots, hit a few swings. Don't be afraid to take the racket to the range as well if you need to help you get that feeling. You'll see lots of good players do those kind of things just to find a feeling that works for them. That was a lot of fun. Just to let everyone know, I will be using the electric part of my bike a lot on the way home. Let's answer your questions.
Hey, bro.
Hey, bro.
Just wondering if you find it more challenging to play during the winter when it's cold and the conditions are inconsistent as opposed to summertime when all that stuff really is just the same each day aside wind. But I know, like, for me, because the ground can feel so different from hole to hole or from round to round, I had a really difficult time making that adjustment. Thanks, bro. Peace.
No problem, brah. Peace. Yeah, I mean, UK winter golf is tough. It's tough. I don't find the conditions tough. I just don't like playing on courses that aren't full length and in as good condition. The courses I always played were Parkland courses, and they were a bit rubbish in the winter. Some of the links courses I used to not mind, but again, then you got the freezingness and the strong winds and having to wear loads of layers. So I would find it hard to keep myself challenged and inspired to play in the winter. It became more of a grind practice. I still did when I used to play. I don't play that way anymore. I don't compete. I don't try and compete. Simply haven't got the time to put the effort in I would want to play to the standard I know I could play to, or used to play to, I should say. So I choose to just take it socially, and obviously wallowing around in the mud for me has to be fantastic company or a very good course for me to want to do that. I'll give you an example. I'm playing at the course I grew up at, which isn't a great winter course, this Friday, and I'm playing with my daughter because she's got a day off school. They've got their holidays start on Friday, and my parents. So it's purely because it's a special family thing rather than actually, you know, if it was me and Matt, I would probably go, should we leave it? Because unless we're playing on a great course. So I think you just got to kind of change your priorities a little bit. As for playing off of wet turf, those kind of things, you need to work on your quality of strike. You'll find a better player doesn't find that challenging because they're not interacting with that turf as much maybe as a high handicapper. For me, say chipping gets a little bit more challenging, and it already is challenging enough as it is. From wet turf, I feel more duffy. But that actually makes me want to do it more. I like that challenge. I always have done that. I like losing to try and then win again. Don't be afraid to lose. You're going to lose a lot in golf. The other drill I use with students that really helps them is I get them to pick an 8-iron and I change the rules. Often the wrist angles that people create is their connection to how to create speed. So they think their wrist angles are helping them maybe hit it harder, where they can get power not from those angles. So I challenge them. And the game we play is I ask them to hit the ball as far as they can from a backswing, which is this far. So this less angle, this less hinged up, this less radial, while at the same time trying to flatten that wrist. What that gets them doing, it gets them using their body more aggressively, gets them trying to turn their body. They can have full follow-throughs. They've just got to try and create speed with completely, in their minds, what feels like no wrist hinge on the backswing. Now I do this with video, so you could video yourself and you'll be amazed at how much set you're putting in, but you'll be putting it in a more hopefully constructive manner because you'll be feeling like you're putting less of this in. It'll encourage you to do less of this extending as well. So keep the left wrist flat, feel like you make swings where you have no wrist hinge at all, so no what we call radial or hinging up as people call it, but then see how far you can send your 8-iron shots. You'll be amazed how efficient those shots are. There we go, guys. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Remember, hit that subscribe button. Have you had a good day, Orla?
Yes.
How is 6 been for you today?
Good.
Have you still got more presents?
Yes.
See you all tomorrow.